So just kind of to give you an idea of how some of these things have worked out for us, I mentioned the direct messages. We have found that about 86.7% of our people who get that direct message from us do indeed subscribe to the newsletter, which actually floored me. I was an advocate to do it, but didn't think it would be that successful. So that's really, really great. I have some numbers on our average Twitter growth, over 2,000 people a week. Facebook over 3,000. The average entrance in some of those sweepstakes we showed you earlier is about 2,700. About 30% of the people who sign up for the email through those Facebook campaigns, right? About 30% of them are new, which is telling us that a lot of people either are on our subscriber list and already on Facebook, or they were on email first and then got the Facebook. So a majority of them, it's just a duplicate. They're already on our newsletter. But depending on the week and depending on what we're going on in promotions, we're up at about 6,600 new emails a week. That around this time of year usually grows. Most of our email newsletters subscribers do come from during the checkout process, or they're new buyer. They opt in to subscribe to the newsletter. But also this time of year we usually do some sort of kind of more aggressive. We don't buy lists or anything like that, but give maybe we'll give a coupon for people to sign up for the newsletter list and stuff like that. So around the holidays it jumps up closer to around 10,000 a week. So just a couple things that I've learned from working at Threadless and from working with other companies. We give a lot of examples of what works for us. I don't think that what works for us would necessarily work with like a financial services firm or any of that stuff. We really play up our brand, and we are very fortunate to have the opportunity to be creative and to work with creative people, so that there's always something fun and interesting for us to do. And I think it really shows with Bob's team, because they can, like he said, the kind of the riddles and all those things. The creative people we have working with us, and the brand itself really gives us the ability to do some more kind of tongue-in-cheek things. We don't have to be serious all the time. But I'm also continually testing, and I have, I'm working. I think that's can be an internal struggle as well as just constantly coming up with new things. Just because something works right now doesn't mean, the internet, the landscape of the web in general is constantly changing, and I just have to constantly, 1 month short subject lines work great, the next month long ones do. So kind of don't get yourself in that track of this is what works, so this is what we're going to leave it, and we won't revisit it for 2 years, because especially with email, I find that when you get stale, and of course, like I said, it's different with every brand. You start to see a lot, people just kind of their eyes glaze over when they see the same thing all the time. And like I mentioned with the seasonality, like the share with your network and some things like that, we're obviously retail and in a kind of cyclical brand industry, but things are going to be different at different times of year, and I'm sure that can apply to a lot of other industries that don't just have their busy season at the holidays. And just we're constantly evaluating, like, what are we trying to do? We are trying to sell shirts, obviously, but one of the ways our email has changed within the last year, and some of the stuff we do in social media has changed the last year, is putting some more focus back on our community. So sometimes our goal of our email or our content in general isn't just to sell T-shirts. Sometimes it's to get people to vote on our on the designs, or submit the designs, or engage with on our website in a different way. So constantly. Kind of reevaluating what our goals are and what we can use our marketing channels more than just shirts, and is something that we're constantly doing. So I had some discussion questions in case anybody was shy. Did you have anything else to add before?
No, not really. Although we had a Halloween party on Friday, and we took photos of all of our costumes, and there's right now on our Facebook page, on Threadless's Facebook page, a photo album of all of our costumes, and so you can like our costumes, and the one who gets the most like wins. I think it's a $50 a gift card or something. It might be Tristan. But anyway, I was a cowboy. I wasn't a cowboy. I was cowboy. I was a cow dressed as a cowboy. So you might want to like that up for me, and that'd be awesome.
Suddenly you're all at number one. Like,
I only bring that up because it doesn't even have anything to do with anything. It's just a fun thing for people to look at on our Facebook page, and it's whatever.
And you want to win.
Truth, yeah. Guilty.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious, like, how many people you have devoted to social media, and, like, if there are specific channels that they're devoted to, and what the structure is.
It's pretty much just two of us, myself and my coworker Kristen, who are in charge of Facebook and Twitter. Basically, we both kind of come up with the campaigns, and then she'll figure out the when to tweet, what to tweet, and we'll work on that. And also, you know, some monitoring stuff as well. And then on Facebook, it's the same thing. You know, we're not going to be posting statuses as often as we are on Twitter because, you know, we don't want to clog up people's news feeds with all of our, you know, our Halloween party posts. But so yeah, there are just two of us. We're also we did a lot of video outreach as well. We were on Vimeo. We did a Ustream show for a little while. That was sort of kind of flailing in the water for a while, so we stopped doing that. And we're going to reintroduce like a shorter form video every week. We're going to do one this Friday, like a top 5 sort of thing. Top 5 at Threadless. Not only shirts, but like top 5 zombie things. Top 5, you know, hoodies of the week. Top 5, you know, artists this year or something like that. And so we're going to try and do that sort of thing too. But yeah, Twitter and Facebook is pretty much it for now. Yeah, I mean, the whole, I would say, the first 4 to 5 years of Threadless, it was pretty much just the design community because we weren't making as many shirts. It was like one contest every week where people could submit a design, and then there was one winner, and that artist won, like, I think the first prize was $50 and one of your shirts, you know, and so it was sort of this built-up community. At the time, the people that ran Threadless had real jobs. This was just their side project, and so it was just sort of a fun thing to do. And they didn't do any advertising or anything. It was all word of mouth, and it was just this like big community that just kind of grew and grew and grew. And then in 2005-ish, which is when I started working at Threadless, I wasn't the reason, but that maybe the opposite. It really became, you know, the main focus of what they were doing. They were selling a lot of shirts, and they couldn't keep them in stock, and so they thought. They quit their other jobs and just focused on Threadless and hired more people to help in all aspects, in the warehouse, on the design team, in tech. And so, yeah, for the first 4 years, it was like a sort of a byproduct that they were selling all these shirts. It was just like, let's get this community growing and get some awesome shirt designs and awesome designs in general, get people talking, and that's what it was about. One of you. There are 2 people over there. Sorry. Yeah.
I did. I'll take that real quick.
Okay.
We can talk about wildfire.
Got it.
So about every 6 months or so, like twice a year, I'll pull all the people who have been haven't clicked or opened in the previous 6 months, and pull them out. And I've tried a couple things. So last year, I basically cut almost 300,000 people from our list, basically because it had never been done. And now I have also taken those people out and send them re-engagement campaigns separately. Right before the holidays, I'm not going to cut everybody out because we do have a lot of people that come back every year. And if you know a lot about email in general, you don't want to just stop emailing people and then start emailing them again at the holidays or whatever. But then, so generally in January is when I do a big purge and take out unengaged. So I do say engaged because I do keep an eye on that. Going forward, and it'll grow probably over 1 million over the holidays, and I'll probably end up back at 950 after. So, and then you want to talk about Wildfire?
Yeah, Wildfire. We've been using Wildfire on our Facebook page for over a year now, and it's the service that allows you to do easy, you know, sort of turnkey sweepstakes and photo contests and video contests and surveys and quizzes and all that stuff. And we were generally happy with it, but what we found is that the thing that really worked were the sweepstakes, the thing that was there was like zero barrier for them to enter, and there was, you know, just click this and you're entered to win. And those were getting just skyrocketing numbers of entrants, whereas the sort of stuff, the other stuff that they were able to do for like photo challenges and video challenges and other sort of more like work on the entrance part were like just going down and down and down. No one was like spending the time to do that sort of thing. And so we're actually right now reevaluating whether we want to continue using Wildfire or use something that's basically more, maybe just for sweepstakes. So I mean, yeah, we're still kind of figuring that out, but yeah, but for now, that's what I have on Wildfire. Yeah, for sure. One more question.
Why don't we do the other girl
Sure. Yeah, in the back. Or
whoever, whichever one of you. Yeah. Well, the one. So I have a couple ways to do it. There's the it's not us. It's not us. It's you, right? I forget what I called it.
Right. Yeah.
So that was last year. So there's two ways to do it. Basically, re-engagement. I oftentimes can segment some of my high-value buyers or you know, people who haven't responded in a while and send them something as simple as a coupon. The next thing we might do is send a survey to get some feedback. In general, my philosophy is I never want to email anybody who doesn't want my email, so I'm not afraid to say, you know, do something or I'm going to take you off my list. Even if it's like, if you still want to stay on here, just click on this email and I'll keep you on the list. Or, you know, I have no problems putting an unsubscribe at the top of an email newsletter or whatever. But also, so surveys is sometimes a way to get back some, you know, is it something with the email itself or you just don't want to read email? You want to read us on Facebook or Twitter. I oftentimes will put that in the email. Continue following us on those channels if you just don't want our email. And then, but the one thing that I did in January and will probably do again was our just basically an email that said, this is, you know, we noticed that you haven't been engaged. Here's the, you know, just click on this email and you'll still get our email otherwise. And then I went through and manually, not manually, but unsubscribed almost 300,000 people that hadn't done that before. So the kind of, it's a tiered process for sending out some sort of targeted coupon survey, and then, you know, last chance. But with us, I'll wait until after the holidays to do that because we do have a lot of one-time-a-year buyers.
So thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much.